Welcome, it's Bobby at the Paper Jungle, and I have two really cute little projects that I created. Actually I have four. I'll show you the other two in just a second. These are my prototypes, and they are both made with Bloom Where You Are Planted by Country Craft Creations, and they're just little folios made with scraps. And this one I've used the pale blue artisan for the base, and it just makes a little small booklet. I've used one of the cut-aparts here on the front and have a little tie closure with some baker's twine, and I've added a little bee here. And then this is just a paper clip with a wax seal, and I used a gold pin just to highlight the rose on there. And when you open it, you have a little pocket in here. And let me find something here. Here's a scrap. You have a pocket here. You have 1, 2, 3 pockets here. So it'd make a really cute addition if you attach it to your page in an album or a journal. If you glue it this way, you'd have a long insert, or if you glued it on these 3 sides, then you could put a photo mat or a journaling spot under it. I just thought it was so cute. And then this one is using the base is called Sun Glow, and it's from the My Colors collection from Country Craft Creations. And it has a magnet in it, and I've used one of the cut-aparts here and backed it on some navy blue artisan. And let me take this off. And it also has the same layout. Pocket here, 1, 2, and 3. So it's just real super easy to make, and there is a real quick tutorial after this walkthrough that shows you how to make this layout. I've made a third one, and the tutorial's made on this one. And this one is using, I think it's called All About a Book, or something to do with books. I have another tutorial on my channel using this paper, and all of these are using scraps. And I've just closed this one with baker's twine. I put a little pocket on the front, and I used some Simple Stories embellishments for this little card, and it's got a piece of tulle, piece of lace from my stash, and all of these, the flower here, the butterfly, and this little label that says Good Times are all Simple Stories. And it has a little tab here with a key. And then when you open this one, I've actually embellished the inside of this one. I didn't have time to do all of them, and I just made a little booklet. And this comes out of the All About a Book paper collection. It's just really cute paper. And then in here we have 3 tags. There's 1, a little bit tight, 2, and 3. So that's that one. And then the last one, let me tuck this back in here. The last one is actually a small journal. And this one is also in the tutorial. And all of these are using 12 by 6 inch bases. So when you start, you'll have 6 inches high, 12 inches long. And these are all scraps. I did a 3-hole pamphlet stitch on this and just tied some charms from my stash. I have a rose, a heart, a butterfly, and then a larger rose. And this is from the Bee House collection by Country Craft Creations. And I just fussy cut a little bee and popped him up on some foam. And then on the inside, we have a pocket in the front and the back, and I just did some ink blending, added some little water spots, some gold twine. There is some washi tape back here. And this is also from Simple Stories. And then you've just got your little notepad here. And in the back pocket, we have another photo mat or journaling spot, whichever. More washi tape, gold twine, and some Simple Stories embellishments. And they're just plain on the back. So these are made not more than an hour each. Probably not even that much. They're just super quick to make, and a great way to use up your stash, all your scraps. And this one, this size, will actually fit in a regular envelope. to put in the mail. So I thought they were really cute, very cost effective because it costs nothing to make them. You've already got all the supplies, why not use them, right? So I hope you enjoyed this. There is a quick tutorial afterwards on this layout and this layout, so I hope you'll stay tuned for that. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, which I hope you do, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hello and welcome. It's Bobby at the Paper Jungle. I am back with two small projects I have made using scraps. Excuse me, from Country Craft Creations. This one is using Bloom Where You're Planted. And here's another one. They turned out so cute, and I just thought I would share them with you real quick. This one has a magnet in it, and I attached a paper clip with a wax seal that has a little V in it. And it opens like this. You have a pocket here, and a pocket here, and a pocket here. It's just very small, but I thought it turned out so cute, and I just hung a little charm here. And this is left over from one of the design team packages that I had. And then this one is actually held with a string, a tie, and I used some baker's twine, and I put another wax seal on there, and this one's just a rose, and I used cutouts from the collection. This one, the base is Sun Glow, which is a My Colors paper. And this one is on the light baby blue cardstock, artisan cardstock. The same basic premise, but I have two pockets in here instead of one. So you've got three here, and then this one makes your fourth little tuck spot. And I also, what did I do with that? I had another piece here I wanted to show you. Let me see if I can find it here. It's here somewhere. Well, I'll find it in a minute. So for now, let's make the base for that. It's real easy and quick to do. All you need is a 6x12 piece of cardstock, and this one is called Beach Grass from the My Colors collection. And we're going to score it at 1 inch and 4 1/4 at 8 1/4 and 11 1/2, and it's kind of running over the edge a little bit. So let's score that. Okay, and then we'll fold and burnish on all these lines. This goes so fast, it's really, really quick. So we'll fold and burnish all of these. And then you can ink all of them. I've been using Gathered Twigs a lot lately. I really like that color. I used Vintage Photo for a long time, but on some papers it really has a orangey effect, which I didn't care for. So I switched to Gathered Twigs, and it's more of a brown tone without the orangey cast. And I like to push this up against the scoreboard just to make sure my edges stay straight. And then this 1 inch. So this will be our front, and this will fold in, and you have this little extra space here, which I just added a strip of paper, but you could always fold this all the way in if you wanted to. So what we have now is this little folder, and we need to punch a notch here. And I just kind of ballpark it. Let me get it in here. Just kind of ballpark it from side to side. I don't want it to be too deep. I think that ought to be good enough. Maybe it, no, let me move over just a little bit. That looks pretty good. Boing. It's noisy, isn't it? So we got our divot out there. Throw that away. So let me do a little more inking here on this top edge right there and down here. Ink my folds. I had everything else inked before. And we'll catch this one. Okay, so that will make our little folder or folio. So let's see what I've got here. Now this paper is from All About a Book. And I thought, let me see, which one did I want on the front? That one, I'm sure. And that'll make a pocket. Okay, let's put that one on the front. Now I'll have to make my own embellishments for it. But that's okay, that's not a big deal, and I don't mind making them. They're coming out very good. Well, there we go. Okay, let's try this again. I'll look in the collection and see if there's any. A lot of times on the title page she's got some smaller cut aparts, and I don't know if there was any of those or not. And I see I missed inking that one edge. Put that down. Let me catch this edge right here. Need a little bit more ink on it. There we go. Okay, on the inside, I cut this strip, and this is left over from a different collection, so I thought I'd put it in there. This is just not coming out real good. I don't know why. There it goes. A little bit better. I'm going to put this down. Now you can use a magnet, or you can use baker's twine, whatever you want to use. And I think I'll use baker's twine for this one. Now we can glue this down. Let me taper these edges just in case. It's always a good idea, just to make sure that your edges don't hang over. Okay, so we'll put some glue on here. And along the bottom to close it up. Okay, let's just fold this over, and you've got your little pocket. Now, this one's going to go in here. Just shy of the fold. And then we can glue this down. Let's see, how long do we want this? Oops, got my pen stuck on it. It's a little too wide. I'll get a pencil and mark that so I can trim it off. This is perfect for tags and what have you, or to send small photos. And this will fit in an envelope really well. You can put it in the mail without it costing too much. Okay. Now let's ink this little edge. And this needs to be cut off about here. And we'll ink that bottom piece. We want to put a notch in these two, and I'm going to line them up together like so. Put a little notch in them. It's a noisy sucker, isn't it? Okay. Ink that. Ink this. And we're ready to glue them down. So we just need to glue the 3 sides. This little thing is just really being a pain. There, that's much better. Must have a little clog or a thick spot in there in the glue that keeps wanting to hang up. Okay. And we're going to put this about like so. And then the bottom one, let me take this sticker off here. This little piece is called willow green. It's just a scrap like everything else. Didn't want to come off very well. Oh well, I'm not going to worry with it. I'll leave it on there. I'll glue that down. Oops. And then we'll put this one down here. Like that. So now you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets. And there's your front. And I want to put a tab on this one. And I don't think I want that one. I think I'll put this one on there. And this is just the whale tail punch. I guess that's what it's called. Maybe not whale tail. I don't know where I got that. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, I need to put this trim down here. I forgot about that. I want to put this here, and I need to trim it off right here. Let me trim that down. it's too long. I need it to be about 5 7/8. So I still need to take a little bit more off of it. And right there. Okay. Now I'm going to turn this down just a little bit more. See how that looks. Much better. I'll put some ink down this back side. And across the bottom. Okay. Sounds like some thunder. Get a little on this top edge here, but kind of hard with the design. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Now, glue's setting up on here. I'll put a little tab on here so I can hang a charm on it. Okay, let me get my punch. And we'll set an eyelet in there. There we go. And let me see, where's my eyelets? Here they are. Don't think there's any real green ones in here. Let's see what these look like. Kind of a lime green. I don't like that. Got this brownish colored one. If I can get a hold of it. Yeah, I kind of like that one. Okay, we'll set that one. Those are, we are memory keepers. Okie dokie. And there's that. Now we can hang a charm in one of those little clips there. And I don't think I've got, well, I've got another one with a bee I could do. I've got this one with a rose. That would be pretty on there. Let me poke a hole in this one. What's it gonna poke? I think it went through. They get stuck on here and you have to, yeah, it did. Have to wiggle them off. Let me find a gold paper clip. I have all kinds of goodies in my stash. So we'll just thread it on here. Have to bend it out just a little bit and get it on that hole. kind of have to push it down to make it lay. So there's that. We'll put that on there. Bend the thingy around. There's that. And we need to find a charm for that. But you can see how it's building up. They turn out so cute. They're really, really super easy. I'll finish putting that one together and embellishing it off camera, but I wanted to show you one more idea with this same scrap. I've got another piece of 6 by 12, and what I want to do with it and I'm going to use the bee house paper for it and make a little notebook. So what I want to do, I'm going to score it on the back side at 1 inch on each side. Got a sticker on there again. 1 inch. And then the center would be 6. So I'm going to go 1 mark to the left of 6 and 1 mark to the right. So it'll be 5 7/8 and 6 1/4. And that'll just give us a little bit of a gusset in there. Okay. Let me get my mat back up here. I'm really going to need this off of here this time. I hope it comes off better than the other one. I don't have enough fingernails. Here it comes. It's leaving a glue mark, but we'll find some paper to cover that. So we will burnish these 2 scores. Those will just make little tuck spots on the inside of the front and the back cover. Super easy. It takes no time at all to put either one of these together. And then we need to fold both of these. Make sure it's straight. And then this little one. Okay, so that's going to give us our little spine. And then I cut some paper. And these are 4 3/4 by a little over 5 3/4. And I will use the 3 pamphlet stitch and put those in here. And you can see they're completely covered. And we will put, okay, hold on 1 minute. I need to cut something else. I'll be right back. Okay, I want to finish up this tutorial portion of this. So here's where I am. We were working on this one and this one. So I want to show you what I've done to this one. I just used a piece of baker's twine and wrapped around it a couple times to keep it closed. I added a little pocket on the front, and these are, who is it? Simple Stories. I had to think this. I made a little insert with some lace from my stash, and this is a Simple Stories embellishment, as well as this and the butterfly, and I just popped him up a little bit. And that's that key we added on the little hanger. And this is a piece of scrap that I had left from another collection. It was the All About Books from Country Craft Creations, or Book Lover, or whatever it's called. I did a project with it in the past. And then we've got these 3 tags. So that's that one. Push that back in there. And this goes back on there. And then on this one, we had scored everything. And I went ahead and added the papers just to save time, because what I basically wanted to show you was how to put the 3 pamphlet stitch, in case you haven't done that before. It's super simple. So I've just covered the front and the inside, and I made a couple of inserts, and I just did some ink blending down here at the bottom, and I added some washi tape from my stash, and these embellishments are from Simple Stories as well. And there's another one, just says it's all good. And I have binders that I made to hold a lot of ephemera. Like this one here is all Simple Stories, and I just went through here and pulled out some things that would go with the collection that I was working with, some colors that would match. So that's where those came from. So that is that. So what I want to show you how to do is put in the pamphlet stitch. So let me take these out so they won't be in the way. And here is the little paper inserts that I made. And I haven't done anything to them. I'm going to leave them plain for now. But you can always do some stamping and inking on them if you want to. So I need some clips. And I'm going to open this to the center and put it right in there where I want it. Keep all my pages lined up. And I just want it like that. And then I'm going to clip it down so it stays where I want it. I don't want it to shift. And lift this up just a hair like that. Okay. So I'm going to clip this down close to the spine. And this one the same. And then I'll clip in the bottoms. And then I'm just going to take an awl. And this comes from a bookbinding kit that I bought a long time ago. It's, I'll show you. It's this little kit. It comes with all this wax linen thread and some needles and a couple of bone folders and the awl. So I'm just going to poke a hole, and I'm going to eyeball center right about there. And I want to close it, because I want to come through to the center of that as best I can. Yeah, I'm a little off center. Let me poke down. Well, it's going to have to be okay. And then about maybe 3/4 of an inch from the top. Poke a hole there. And about the same from the bottom, like that. So I've got 3 holes in there. Put my little protective cover back on there so I don't poke myself. So I'm good at that. Put it back in my kit. I've threaded some of the waxed linen thread on this needle. Now if you want your tail to be on the outside, you start from the outside. If you want to tie it off on the inside, you start on the inside. But I'm going to start on the outside so that I can put a dangle on the outside. So you just bring your thread through and leave yourself a tail. And you actually want this, when you cut this, you want it to be about 3 times the length of this width. So in from the center, out from the top, all the way down to the bottom. What am I hung on? Oh, I can actually give myself a little bit more slack here. There we go. And then back in from the center, or back out from the center. I don't want to split that thread, and I want to go on the opposite side of the thread so we can trap that in there. So there we go. take my needle off. If I can get a hold of it. Need more fingernails than what I got. Put my needle back up before I lose that. See, this kit came with a whole tube full of needles. All different eye sizes, so that if you've got a heavier thread or floss, it'll hold it. So there's that. And you want this thread, one side, one piece to be on each side of this piece so that you trap it when you tie it. So I'm going to tie it off, double knot, and then I can hang dangles or charms or whatever I want on there. And that's all there is to it. It's really easy, very quick, and it looks neat and tidy on the inside. So there's our booklet. Alright, that takes care of the tutorial. I will do the final walkthrough so everybody can see the finished projects. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have subscribed and give me a thumbs up on this video. It would really help my channel grow, and I do appreciate it. So thanks so much for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.